All right, we're pulling up to the beach. Gonna try to catch some stripers off the beach. We're just gonna go take a quick look at the water. We just got here. Got a beautiful sunny day. We're hoping the winds don't get too strong. Winds lately have kind of been all over the place. A lot of STF, stronger than forecasted winds. This beach looks awfully good right here, folks. Okay. We gotta get out there while the winds are light. This is just a southward facing beach in Rhode Island. It's the Atlantic Ocean. Block Island Sound, you could say. I'm starting from scratch here. As far as rigging up, all right, I gotta get this. This is a 2-piece rod. This is an Onyx 9-foot. It'll be the first time I used it this year. Got the Clash 2500 going on here. 10-pound braid. Got some 25-pound fluorocarbon. We're gonna tie that on. Kind of dug through the old fish room and I pulled out some stuff here, like small striper kind of stuff. We got those little TA clips, 50-pound TA clips, like a smaller SP minnow, a smaller redfin that's loaded. I don't use that too often, to be honest. A place like this isn't the place to use it either unless we get the fish in close. Mag minnow, your little spook, that's a killer. And then the hydro minnow, of course. I also got some 1.5 ounce crippled herrings with a couple small bucktails, a couple twister tails. Schoolie fishing, but yeah, I'm gonna keep getting my shit together. All right, we're all situated now. We have our schoolie lures. Starting off with the 1.5 ounce crippled herring. And we're at this same beach that I fished a lot of times in a lot of videos. Fished here. But the truth is, it's kind of like not that consistent of a spot. A lot of times I come here and there's just no fish. Like, this will be my second try of the year here. The first time I tried was absolutely dead. But for some reason right now, it's looking better than it did that day. A couple cats with this metal, and then we'll probably try a bunch of different lures. Might be just the time to try this redfin. So for a six-year-old plug, it's not in bad shape. Could use some new hooks. Hooks are still sharp. You want to twitch it around out there. See how it casts. That's the thing. They just don't cast as good as an SP, as well as pretty much everything. They're pretty much the worst casting lure. That's why they load them. It does crush fish. My biggest fish on a redfin's 35 pounds. 35 pounds these days doesn't mean shit. It was a 35 pounder from 2016. Thing is, I could cast a lot further with a lot of other lures. And when it's like this, when you're on a beach where there's no structure, no features, and you're just basically trying to cover as much water as you can, a lure that doesn't cast so well might not be the lure you want to throw. Try the old 4-inch shad made by Z-Man. I've got it glued to a 1/2 ounce jig head. It's small, and that alone casts significantly further. See something in the water. I don't think it's a bass. It's like, it is a bass. There's a bass in the water right here. We have a bass. It didn't move on the lure at all. I mean, it looks like it's weak, injured. Missouri twitch bait. Nah, the X-Wrap. We're gonna try to twitch this X-Wrap right into his mouth. We're gonna look to get a reaction strike out of him here. That is the first striper we've seen of the season. Oh yeah. I mean, he's not well. He might beach himself, honestly. I don't know where he went. He's like inside the whitewater. Well, that's something. I mean, that's a sign of life. Just actually kind of more like a sign of death. So we got that, got that going for us. We're gonna leave that fish be. He's certainly not gonna hit. snagging him might be fun, but you know, we're not gonna snag him either. Alright, made our way over to some rocks. Let's see if we can't get a bite. This is the kind of spot, if we don't get fish in like 10 minutes, you know, it's probably just not gonna happen. How good your spot is really is gonna dictate how good your catch is. Doesn't matter if you're the best fisherman in the world, you know, if you're in Great Salt Lake, like, you're not gonna catch a fish. And if you're in a piece of water where there's no fish, same shit, you're not gonna catch a fish. Alright, we're at the Charlestown Breachway. Classic striper spot here in Rhode Island. And I just fished it about 15 minutes. No bites. You can see the tide's awfully low. The channel itself right now is awfully low, awfully shallow. But yeah, I thought maybe, you know, there'd be a rat here, but there is nothing. Nada. Alright guys, we got our first fish here. I think I see one sea lice on the tail here. One sea lice at best, but I'm fishing a spot that can't film. Honey hole, you know. It's one decent fish. I'm gonna get the hook out and then I'm gonna let him go. Alright, 2 casts later, we got another one a little smaller. And we're getting him on the spook of all things. Alright, fish number 4 now. Too bad we can't find this action on the beach. He hit the Ozuri twitch bait. The spook bite slowed down. 3 for 4 on the spook. And then this is the first bite on the twitch bait. Alright, that is a very ugly looking bass. Look at that stuff. That's bad. He hit the redfin, but that is bad. He's got a lot of bacterial growth on him. Alright, but we finally caught a few fish there at that one spot. And we didn't really film it. Oh, there goes my phone. Motherfucker. In between the seat. Ugh. This poor person behind me now. I don't know where I'm going. I'm going to a new spot, so I need those Google Maps. Just tell me where to go here. Yeah, this is a spot I've never fished before that I'm driving to. It's 6:30 now. We're going for a little evening session. Trying to catch fish off the open beach when there's no structure, there's no bait. These fish are just basically moving through to like the next place where they're going to reside. This place probably with bait and structure and comfort. You're asking a lot to get them off the open beaches. So I knew odds are low that I would find them out there. Even though they're just schoolies, they still don't seem to hang out in places like that so well. This spot we're going to, however, is in the backwaters. It's a little bit warmer water, and there's likely to be some kind of bait here. Not like good bait, like bunker or herring, but like spearing. So we're just gonna hope to find some action here. No trespassing. Don't like that. Alright, so we just have like a little backwater area here. Tide's coming in. High tide is probably in a couple hours. So maybe not the best tide. Might want an outgoing tide. But after a sunny day, shining down on the flats, I think there's a good chance there'd be a couple fish willing to bite. Throwing the spook. Spook was getting them earlier. One thing that really sucks about this spot is I'm staring right into the sun. Oh, there's a fish. First cast. First cast. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. New spot, first cast. Who's this? Who's this? Absolutely. Hey, hey, hey. We're gonna take that. Alright, there's our fish. He's not bad. A 26-incher. Ah, feels good after getting skunked. skunked. Wow, that fish doesn't feel cold, I'll tell you that. That's the Yozuri whatever, spook. That's our fish, a nice long, slender schoolie bass. Absolutely. We'll take that. On the spook. I never even thought about fishing back here. But early in the season, fish hit kind of right out there. Water's pretty shallow in here, I'm sure. More than 4 feet deep right there, I bet. Still rocking 10-pound braid. It won't be much longer before I start throwing some 20-pound braid. This is just schoolie fishing 101 here, you know? It's back bay schoolie fishing. The only reason I'm into it is because it is early in the season. Times are tough. I think we're gonna try a different lure. We got shallow water. This Yozuri twitch bait. I like what this thing does. It's small. You know, but I've caught some decent fish on this little guy. Just kind of slow. Twitch it. Twitch, slow. Give it a sweep. You can kind of just reel it in steady. There's a fish. Little guy. That's a rat. You know? No current here, just shallow water, relatively warm. Water here might be 55. I think we're gonna take this lure off. I love the mag minnow. We're gonna just throw that for a bit. This onyx surf rod is very versatile. It excels in all situations, throwing small jigs, small plugs. For $100, it's hard to beat this rod. It's a no-brainer. This is the surf rod. They also have conventional rods. They have like regular size rods, 7 foot, 7.6. I end up feeling like I want the 9 foot more often than not, just for the extra casting distance. Oh, that was a nice swirl right there. That was a nice swirl right there. Working our way back now. It's a little lackluster, you know, it's not great, but at least there's some fish. We got some bites. It's better than nothing for a quick hour session on an incoming tide. Giving it a straight retrieve, quick straight retrieve. There we go. Another dink. Another one for the future. That's a dink. Last cast. Oh shit, one just swirled right there. Got him. A little better. Oh shit, one just popped right there. Okay. Look at that. Walked all that way for nothing. Better fish. Alright, battery just died. It was like another, it was like a 6-7 pound fish. And I've seen like 3 or 4 others swirl right in here. 10-pound braid, nice light tap. He's decent. Oh, there's our fish. He's about, I'm gonna give him a quick bag minnow. He ain't no keeper. Oh yes he is. Just about 29 inches. Alright, I'm gonna let him go. Alright, well it's totally dark now. Nice little 28 3/4 incher. Nice little tussle, 10-pound braid, 9-foot medium rod, you know. But I think that's all we got now. I have to get out of here. Definitely found our nicer fish in the very back waters.